Quick question. If you're under 40, do you honestly believe you'll retire someday? Not hope, not wish, actually believe it. Because millions of millennials and Gen Z workers are quietly starting to realize something terrifying. The retirement plan we've been told to follow our entire lives may no longer work. If your retirement strategy is simply contributing to a 401k and hoping everything works out, this video might make you uncomfortable. But ignoring this conversation today could make your future a whole lot more uncomfortable. For decades, Americans were handed a simple formula for retirement. It sounded reasonable. Go to school, get a good job, work hard, stay loyal to your employer, put money into your retirement account, and eventually you'll ride off into the sunset sometime around age 65. For our parents and grandparents, that formula often worked. For millennials and Gen Z, not so much. The world changed. Housing changed, healthcare changed, and of course the job market changed too. So did retirement, folks. But the advice somehow stayed exactly the same. And that's the retirement lie nobody talks about. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the traditional retirement blueprint is broken, why so many people feel hopeless about their financial future, and most importantly, what actually works today if you want freedom, security, and options later in life. You're watching M-Cubed Money Mindset Makeover. This isn't just a channel, it's a mindset revolution. So stick around because what you're about to hear could completely change the way you think about retirement. These are real money moves for the next generation. Let's start with the promise. Most of us grew up watching our parents follow a fairly predictable path. You worked one job, maybe two. You bought a home, maybe even two of these too. You raised a family. You contributed to a retirement account. If you were lucky, your employer even offered a pension. There was a sense that if you did the right things, financial security would eventually show up. The system wasn't perfect, but there was at least a roadmap. Today, that roadmap feels like one of those old GPS systems that keeps telling you to drive straight into a lake. The directions haven't been updated, but the world around them has. Think about housing for a second, or just watch my video on budget your way to your first home that dropped last week. For many young adults, buying a home feels less like a financial milestone and more like trying to get front-row Taylor Swift tickets while competing against thousands of other people. Prices climbed. Interest rates climbed. Property taxes climbed. Meanwhile, incomes didn't exactly keep pace. Now add rising healthcare costs, childcare expenses, insurance premiums, student loan payments, and inflation. Suddenly, the old retirement advice starts feeling disconnected from reality. Here's where things get uncomfortable, and sorry to say, but this is one of those hiding in plain sight kind of statements, my M-Cubed Mavericks. Many Americans have far less saved for retirement than experts recommend. At the same time, surveys consistently show that a huge percentage of workers worry they won't have enough money to retire comfortably. And honestly, can you blame them? The average person isn't looking at retirement calculators on a beach somewhere. They're looking at grocery receipts. They're looking at rent increases. They're looking at daycare costs. They're looking at another subscription they forgot to cancel. Retirement feels impossible because daily life already feels expensive. That's the part many financial gurus skip. When you're struggling to survive today, it's hard to prioritize a version of yourself that's 30 years away. The future loses every battle against today's emergency. And yet that's exactly why this conversation matters, so keep watching, friends. Because retirement doesn't become a crisis when you're 65. It becomes a crisis when you're 25 and choose not to think about it. The biggest retirement shift over the last few decades wasn't inflation. It wasn't Social Security concerns. It wasn't even housing costs. It was responsibility. And this is where your story changes. A generation ago, many workers had pensions. Their employer carried much of the responsibility for retirement planning. Today, that burden has largely shifted onto individuals. In other words, you became responsible for your own retirement, whether you volunteered for the job or not. Imagine your company walking into your office and saying, "Good news. We've removed the pilot from the airplane. You're flying now." That's essentially what happened. The modern worker is expected to be an employee, investor, tax strategist, budget manager, insurance expert, and retirement planner all at the same time. No wonder so many people feel overwhelmed. The traditional model assumes something that simply isn't true anymore. It assumes you'll work hard for 40 years and then suddenly stop. But life doesn't really work that way. Many people don't want to stop working entirely. They want flexibility, they want choices, really they want freedom. The old model treats retirement like a finish line. The new reality is that retirement is becoming a spectrum. Some people may work part-time. Some may consult. Some may start businesses. Some may travel and work remotely. Some may never fully retire but choose projects they enjoy. The goal isn't necessarily to stop working. The goal is to stop being forced to work. That's a completely different conversation. And it's a much more empowering one. Quick question. When do you think you'll realistically retire? 55, 65, 75, never? Drop your answer in the comments below. I read every single one, and this is one of those topics where hearing different perspectives can genuinely help other people realize they're not alone. Here's the breakthrough most people never have. Retirement isn't actually the goal. Freedom is. Think about it. Nobody wakes up dreaming about a retirement account. They dream about what retirement represents. Time, choices, freedom, experiences, hanging with family on your time. Overall peace of mind. The retirement account is simply a vehicle. The destination is freedom. That's a huge mindset shift. Because once you stop obsessing over a retirement age and start focusing on financial freedom, your entire strategy changes. Instead of asking, can I retire at 65? You start asking, how can I build enough assets and income to create options? That question changes everything. So if the old retirement plan is broken, what should you do instead? Let's go back to the 4 pillars of M cubed. Save, create a financial buffer. An emergency fund isn't exciting. It won't make for a flashy social media post, but it creates stability, and stability gives you room to build wealth. Invest. Consistently, not perfectly. Too many people wait for the perfect time to invest. The perfect time doesn't exist. The habit matters more than the amount in the beginning. Earn. This is where many people underestimate themselves. You can only cut expenses so much. Eventually, you run out of things to cut. Income, however, has no ceiling. Develop skills, negotiate raises, build side income, and create value. That will increase earning power. Budget. Not because budgeting is fun, because every dollar needs a job. Without a plan, money tends to disappear faster than free samples at Costco on a Saturday afternoon. Here's the retirement truth nobody talks about. Wealth isn't built by people who simply save money. It's built by people who own things. Ownership is the game. Ownership of investments. Ownership of businesses. Ownership of assets. Ownership creates leverage. And leverage allows your money to start working while you're sleeping, spending time with your family, or enjoying life. This is where broke ends and ownership begins. The goal isn't becoming rich overnight. The goal is slowly building systems that become stronger every year. One investment, one skill, one raise, and one smart decision at a time. The retirement lie nobody talks about is that the old roadmap no longer guarantees the destination. Working hard is still important. Saving money is still important. Investing is still important. But the days of blindly following a traditional formula and expecting everything to work out are over. The future belongs to people who adapt. People like you watching my video. People who focus on freedom instead of a specific retirement age. Because retirement was never really about turning 65. It was always about owning your time. And the sooner you understand that, the sooner you can start building a future that actually works in today's world. If you want to fix the habits that quietly sabotage your financial future, watch Why You Self-Sabotage Your Finances and How to Stop next. It might be the missing piece that finally changes everything. See you there, M-Cubed Mavericks.